I am the punishment of God. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. We are here to know about a ruthless, fierce warrior and great emperor of Mongol, Genghis Khan, and they call him Universal Ruler. Real name was Temujin. He was born in 1162 in the rugged terrain of Mongolian grassland. His early life had great difficulties and unpleasant situations which tested his strength and resilience. His father was poisoned when Khan was just 9 years old, leaving his family vulnerable in a society where power struggles and tribal conflicts were common. Temujin and his family was exiled and left to wilderness of Mongolia, often on the brink of starvation. As a young boy, Temujin displayed remarkable resilience and leadership qualities. In no time, he learned the art of survival in the unforgiving Mongolian wilderness, mastering skills such as hunting, horseback riding, and archery. These horseback ridings were trained under the supervision of their mothers. They tie themselves to the horses so that they avoid falling down during the trainings. Soon after, they will start using bow and arrow while riding the horse. These skills would later serve him well in his quest for the power and conquest. In his early 20s, Temujin married Bote, cementing an alliance with a powerful Mongol tribe. However, even as he was building his own alliances, he faced betrayal and captivity at the hands of rival tribes. But the period of captivity would become a turning point in his life. During his time in prison, Genghis Khan forged alliances with fellow prisoners and sharpened his strategic thinking. After his release from captivity, Genghis Khan started his relentless rise to power to become a greatest warrior of the era. He stepped aboard on a campaign to unite the divided Mongol tribes under his leadership. Through a combination of military expertise, clever diplomacy, and comprehensive legal code known as Yasa, he succeeded in bringing all the tribes of Mongolia together, keeping their differences aside. This unity was the foundation of his future conquests. Mongol cavalry, including horse archers, was among the most skilled and feared in the history. They were able to cover vast distances at high speed, launch surprise attacks on their enemies, and retreat quickly if needed. Genghis Khan's first major military campaign was against the Western Shah dynasty, which he defeated in 1209. This victory marked the beginning of a series of conquests that would eventually create one of the largest empires in the history. He went on to conquer the Khwarezmian Empire in Central Asia and launched invasions into China, eventually founding the Mongol Yuan dynasty. His armies also reached as far west as the Kievan Rus, which is present-day Ukraine, Belarus, and western parts of Russia, causing immense destructions and turmoil. Genghis Khan was not only a brilliant military strategist but also a visionary leader. He implemented a social system within his empire where individuals were rewarded based on their abilities rather than their social status. This kind of approach ensured loyalty and efficiency within his administration. Despite his reputation as a ruthless conqueror, Genghis Khan also displayed a degree of tolerance towards various cultures and religions. He encouraged trade along the Silk Road, fostering cultural exchange and economic prosperity within his empire. His rule facilitated the exchange of ideas, technologies, and goods between East and West. Tragically, Genghis Khan died in 1227 under mysterious circumstances. The exact cause of his death remains a subject of debate among historians. According to few versions of this history, 2,000 slaves that worked on burying the late emperor were butchered by their guards, who in turn were cut down by the second unit of infantry. These soldiers then made their way through the countryside, away from the burial place, and murdered everyone who saw them, so that no trace of their presence or witness to their route was left. This final group of men then committed suicide when they returned to their base. According to the historians and experts, during the conquest of Mongol, estimated 11% of world's populations at that time was killed. After all, his legacy endured through his descendants, known as Great Khans. Kublai Khan was famous among them, who continued his conquests and expanded the Mongol Empire even further. This vast empire, stretching from Eastern Europe to Asia, became known as the largest land empire in history. Genghis Khan's life is evidence to the transformative power of leadership, resilience, and strategic thinking. From a humble and challenging upbringing, he rose to become one of the most influential figures in the world history, leaving behind an enduring legacy that shaped the course of empires and civilizations for centuries to come. Comment your list of great empires and emperors. Thanks for tuning to InfoStation. Like and subscribe for more.